Hi, beautiful beings under the stratosphere. Today we're going to be talking about optimizing the physical experience to sustain the invincibility of a thriving mind and soul. That is what this channel is all about. But I'm going to go a little bit rogue this few weeks, because I've been scripting and learning and testing and trying to see, like, where's the pain point? Where do I want to start? Who do I want to address specifically? You can see from the video that I filmed before this one that I was kind of like, where is the greatest need? I don't mind covering any one of those demographics, all of the demographics, but thinking of what is the demographic that I could best serve. As I said in the video before, I think everyone can benefit from optimizing their physical experience. And I call it optimizing the physical experience instead of training, because it's not always physical force, like muscular activation, what is needed for you to have the optimal experience. What we're looking for is, oh my goodness, I just noticed that this light is super bright. Totally going rogue, even like not even, I'm like, what is it? Like, the moon is on me. Is that a little bit better? Oh my God, so white. It was a white winter. Let me see if I can take it out a little bit more even. That's good. I don't have, here you'll see, look. I'll reveal to you. It's my lamp. I don't have like one of those rings or the circles, because I experienced this at a friend's house that they had the ring, and that was, so it was doing exactly what this was doing to me now. And I said, what happened to my lamp? And I realized that I had taken it off when I was trying to read something. But I'm like, for filming, I'm like, what the heck? That was not optimizing my physical experience. So I wasn't having as much fun with this channel and creating this channel. And this is supposed to be the high vibe channel. I'm like, I love this work. I am so stoked. I am so psyched about people optimizing their physical experience, either by muscular activation or by finding deep, profound rest and pleasure and stillness. I believe you need both. And that's what this video would have been out, and I would have planned the bullet points, and I would have gone through the details or my story and the progress. And there's just so much that needs to be done to combine in a video, where the whole thing has become worrying about retention, and are they going to find it interesting later on in the video, and is it going to make sense, and am I offering value, and does my thumbnail make sense with the whole thing? So I offer physical transformation and beautiful experiences, not only on my art form, which is pole, athletic pole training or pole dancing, if you want to see it. There's very little dancing going on. That's why I'm like, I don't think it should be called, I'm glad we don't call it pole dancing where we train. We call it a pole atlético, so that's athletic pole, and we are all called atletas, no? Whenever we're in the program or we're doing a presentation, athlete so-and-so, athlete so-and-so, because she said, people come not to be a dancer, they come because they want to create the shapes and have the training, and it's something different. It's something very innovative where we're from. And yeah, we love this, right? So I have this aspect, but what I create also is experiences and journeys that we take on the massage table. And I'm like, I didn't even wear this on purpose, but this is exactly what I'm about. Peace, love, and massage. That's it. So I'm not a YouTuber, although I put it in my head that I'm like, this is a great channel. This is a great way to get out, and I can sink into being a YouTuber. No, I can invest. Like I did get a nice little microphone. Actually, it was gifted to me from my daughter because she wanted to do ASMR, and then we had a problem with the TikTok and the whole thing, and she's still underage, so we gotta wait a year or two. I think, yeah, one more year, and then she can do it. So I said, I'll use your microphone meanwhile. But I did buy another microphone because I want to do interviews and talk with people about their physical experience. So I'm not so much about everything that's going on YouTube is great. It's awesome. There's so much detail, and I am happy to learn and optimize my own physical, mental, and emotional experience on YouTube. I will get there. But I used to train 4 hours a day of physical body work, no? I would walk or do the treadmill and then train the hour and a half and then do a flexibility hour and then do body work, like physical body work. I mean, that is what my area is. So as you can see, it's like a split division of, well, there's so much time goes into making the content that I wasn't trying to do it perfect. As you can see, there's no editing, there's no special effects, there's no filters. And today, nothing. No script, no nothing. I was trying, this is what I was planning for today. This is what was earlier, which was the frequency of frustration and how it affects you. And as I explained in the previous video, it was just such a dense, dark energy. I realized that this topic needs to be addressed, but I had just decided that that is not why I got on here. That is not what I want to talk about. That will be addressed when we do a course, when we do a one-on-one, whenever it needs to be dealt with specifically with the person and they're suffering from frustration. But I was thinking it would be cool, you can let me know in the comments, to go through each emotion and what this frequency does to you in your body. And how also these emotions, it's not all negative. Like every single emotion has its reason of being and what it's there for. The only thing that messes and trips us up is once the need is over, we haven't learned to switch that off. But I'll tell you right now, because this video is about optimizing the physical experience, that getting in the body is the switch. That is what changes everything. And what do we do normally? Let's take frustration for the example. When we get frustrated, we get paralyzed. It's like, well, what do I do now? Well, I can't move forward. I can't do this. I'm just in my head. I'm in my story. It's not working out. It's not what I wanted. I even have the definition. We use the notes of the bogus video that I'm not going to film, right? The feeling of being upset or annoyed, especially because of inability to change or achieve something. And I think the key word here is the inability. Because why would you be upset or annoyed if you can change it and you can achieve it and there's just some kind of delay? The frustration is your inability. You have told yourself the story that either this is something that you needed to change, but you know you can't, or you think it's not your responsibility to change, but they should be changing it, right? So then you go into the frustration. And just to let you know, the frustration is like it's the precursor of you developing anxiety and depression. So I thought it was a great emotion to start with because I'm like, in the body, you can catch the frequency of frustration and then decide, oh, because it says it releases the cortisol into the body and the stress hormones. And they're all there because this frustration is channeling for you to have more physical strength in the moment. But since our frustrations are normally mental or relational or financial, right? Something that's going, it's not like I have a frustration because the tree fell on my car. Although it does happen around here. I've seen it. But normally someone will come and pick your tree up, help you with you. Like there's people for that now. But before was like, I'm trapped, or people are trapped under the car. Like the frustration of like, what can I do? So like all of this is being pumped into your body, and out of that frustration, you will go and try some strong, that there's the adrenaline, right? It's the adrenaline with the fear, with the frustration. And then once you do the physical act of moving or rolling the tree out, or at least even trying, the body is using it. The body is releasing that. And this example I know is way overused, but I still love it. No, they say after the geese or the duck fend off someone who was attacking to get their eggs, after the eggs are safe and the snake or the fox or whatever is gone, they stand beside and in the water and they flap their wings like consistently throughout, because they suffered a trauma, and if they feel they have extra adrenaline in their body, they know that this is not good for them. I mean, how wonderful and instinctual is that? I know we've given, like our children, we give them the option to go punch a pillow, but as adults, everything has to be contained and serene. And inside, it's all like, oh my goodness. So the physical body, imagine if something happens in the morning and you don't have a training till the weekend or the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm like, my push is forget 1 hour. We need 2 or 3 hours. I mean, the body was built for movement and for physical labor. And this transition into the sitting and the table, and I've gone through so many different sitting. I'm going to show you my chair so you can see like how I'm rescuing myself. This is an ergonomic chair. You're not going to, let's see. Isn't that cool? And so it keeps my hip over here at a slant. My hips are a little bit slanted, so they're not closed right here. And then my shins are also slanted. Unfortunately, it's squeaky, but I'm not going to give it up because I know that my body benefits better from from being on the angle. And sometimes I can bring one leg out. There's all this movement, and it does move, squeaky, squeaky. But if I'm not on camera, I can have that little sway. I need to deal with the squeaking. I was looking into it, and then I forgot. But the physical body is there for a reason, for us to be able to move through any emotions. So I don't know if I'm going to continue with that and the emotions. It seemed to have worked out. Like I'm not going to talk about that anymore. I'm tired of trying to force the topic. I wasn't forcing it, but I was trying to give it like structure so that then someone who listens would be like, oh, they dealt with frustration, and the next one with anxiety. Like it would show up depending on what you were feeling, your energy was. But then I thought, imagine all the time I'm going to spend investing in figuring out, well, not figuring out, but talking and putting together a low vibe, low frequency word and a low vibe and low frequency emotion. It needs to be done, as I said, if we were in therapy or we were working one-on-one. But that's no fun. And I just listened to this podcast from this person that they said that they're closing their, I've never seen this person in my life. I have not been a consumer of YouTube in a long time. I got my first smartphone just 8 years ago. So imagine before that I was completely disconnected. I moved out to the country. I was done with society. And then I got pregnant with my daughter, and I had to reintegrate back into society after that happened because she needed medical attention. But my idea was to live free of everything and in the country, and I was already optimizing not only my physical experience, but I was optimizing my life experience moving out. So coming back into the city, I started to get aware of, okay, I need a computer, I need these other things, we need all these things, because everything runs on this now. If you don't have an email, if you don't, they're going to send you on Facebook. So I had to open up and start all these accounts to integrate. But I'm way far behind in consumption of content on YouTube, for example. So I landed on this person's final podcast. I'm like, I missed the whole thing, right? I just like, why would YouTube send me this person's last video? Like, why I even clicked on it, I don't know. But I clicked on this person's video who was ending it because they said it didn't resonate with them anymore. And they felt like they did a thing where they like invite people to talk on the show. And they felt like they couldn't express their own personal comments because they'd invited this person on the show. So they kind of have to agree with them, because if they have any tension or any resistance with the person, then not only are they making that person uncomfortable, but they're making that person's entire audience that has signed up to watch the show, to watch the interview with them, also uncomfortable. And no one likes to see like the tension between the, unless it's planned and it's part of the role play, right? But normally you don't want to see tension between interview and interviewee. Everybody gets uncomfortable. You want there to be some sort of dialogue and questioning, but basically when you're interviewing someone, it's more about them, right? And about what they think about something. But unfortunately, you might not always agree with that. And this person felt that they could not express themselves. And even though I don't interview anyone on this channel, I felt I wanted to just talk more naturally about what I'm doing on YouTube, and share insights of things that came up for me without it having to be such a nitty-gritty process. Because at the end, at my age, I think it's more about the experience. I want to have a fun experience doing this. I have listened to those people that are like, drive. Hats off. Hats off to these people who are like focused and one objective and do the one that get it done, know where you're aiming. I was like, wow, yes, me totally 30 years ago. And now I'm kind of like, like, I don't know. It's just going to have to be different. It's not going to be able to be this kind of strict formatted structure. I stated in the video before this, I'm taking like a 180 shift. I don't know if it's 360 would end me back at the same place. And it's not 180 either. I'm not doing the opposite of what I'm doing. But I think I'm just going to have to break down the guard and let it be like, this is the topic today. You can join me if you want to hear about it. Everyone on YouTube makes their choices. They'll watch the first 2 seconds and click out, or watch 30 seconds and click out. I don't know, right? So that's where we're at. We did touch on frustration. There you go. You can comment. You can make a comment in the comments and be like, what's the next emotion going to be, Vivian? And I will do the research on the next emotion and how it's interlaced with any emotion you pick. Though, you have to filter it through with the physical body. It's not gonna happen. There's like the first part of my Become Vibrant course is access the physical body. You have to move through this tool first. We got to bring the vibration up at least to neutral, and then from there we can access the other pillars of vibration to move forward. So I love this. This feels more natural to me. I realize there's a lot of like space in between that normally you would upload it, filter out, edit it out. But you know what I also found? Since I have you here, right? since you made it this far. I found that these videos that edit every single pause out, I'm just like, that's not normal. No one breathes like, right? There's like, and then there's a moment where you say something, and then a moment you don't. And I felt completely jammed. I'm like, this is not a natural cycle of information consumption. And I do take my hat off to some of those people who they're like, I don't think they even edited it out. They're just like a machine gun. They're just like, and then the video coming in and doing this and that, and then they're right back in there when they're gonna. I'm like, oh my gosh, masters of the universe. But in my case, I was like, I need a nice rhythm, some tempo. Maybe it's more for my generation. Let's be for people like 40 and older. I don't have to be appealing to everyone. No one on YouTube is for everyone. So this is going to be the new format. The new format is going to be like, maybe I touch the topic and maybe I don't. If not, we're just going to hang out and share some good vibes. Like, just be a little bit more lighter about the whole thing instead of, oh my gosh, how am I going to manipulate the algorithm and get the whole thing to work? Boy, I was feeling the vibe. It wasn't dropping, but it was starting to be like, that's not where we sound. Like, what's going on in this channel? And I only have, thanks to the fact that I started a different channel in Spanish, and I don't think it's a language barrier, but the channel in Spanish is about starting your own thing. And it's more talking to like the group of women, like women, we know what it's like to want to start something, do something, you want to bake something or fix clothes, or you want to open a hair salon or something like that. You know, it just seems so much more lighthearted that I said, how come this channel doesn't feel like that channel? Right now, this channel is feeling better than the other one. Cheers. And I'm happy about that, because that's a high vibe. And that's what I want. That's what I want people to feel. Even if we're going to share dark content like frustration, I just want it to be whatever comes out naturally, what my feeling is, what I want to share. And anything you've got to say, right? You can just leave it in the comments. And I'll put in the description the link to the Become Vibrant course, because I do believe, I also saw in one video, oh my gosh, 23 minutes. In one video, they were like, he's like, I'm not here to sell you any course or anything. I just want you to have the information. And I'm like, cool. I like that also. But I said, mine definitely needs a course, because I can't put in one video, in one square, how someone can optimize their physical experience to sustain the invincibility of their thriving mind and soul. There is an actual process that you need to go through to get there. And training the first part is full, but there's like 7 full descriptive videos of 3-minute workouts that the body can do. So you can do it in a short time, but you gotta do it. Everything is implementation. You can't tell someone in the video, do sprints for 3 minutes and get it out of your system. How many of those people are going to be like, got it, turn off the video and then go and do 3 minutes of sprints? No, because we're all watching kind of for entertainment. My friend, she told me, Cinnamon, I think you're the only person that watches a video, stops it, and then does the thing, and then watches the video, stops it, and then does the thing, right? And I'm like, well, what's the point of watching it? Aren't we there to receive? So I'm like super, super old school, where I'm actually believing what they're saying and like what we should be doing. That's like, Did you see my notebook? I'll show you the truth, no? Like, it's totally full. There it is, better. I'm gonna have to get another one. I thought this was gonna last me years. So everything I watch or I see, or then I'm researching, or I'm looking for a massage, I'm researching for my clients, like everything is in there. Like this is the page that was gonna be these videos. There's the page of, and then when I get it done, I write down here like this in blue, hecho. So this I made a video, and this I made a video also from that information. This one will not get the stamp. Will not get the stamp of hecho. Because I didn't make it. I made this. Alright. Well, I am going to end the video and let you know that every day we wake up stronger. That is a truth for me. Even if it is just with our knowledge, stronger in our emotions. Somewhere, 1 millimeter of something is stronger, and that's what I wish for you, to continue with your high vibe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.